Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy, God Moses, just coming with a video, pretty much about the GameSir G7HE. It's a brand new controller. Just received it in the mail. It's a black one. So I have the SE as well. Pretty decent controller. Got the locks on the back. This doesn't have locks on the back. Just like key differences between the two. This one has a rubber grip. It's like grip on the back. These do have like a texture on the back, but they're all the same, like literally the same, like, I don't know, just all the same texture pretty much. I've been using that. You can see a little dirt on it. I've been using it. And then this just got here today. So I just played a lot of games. I played quite a bit of games, to be honest with you, on the GameSir G7 HE. I don't like flashing my gamer tag, but if you guys could see my gamer tag, I mean, y'all can add me or whatever. I don't really know. But yeah, pretty much did a couple play tests. I got a couple clips of me playing COD. A little bit of a sweat. I mean, who isn't nowadays, right? So, just a couple tests, really. If you guys want to know my settings, really, on the GameSir G7HE, I'm playing raw input mode on both sticks. My initial is going to be like 0. My, pretty much my, what's it called? My initial is 0, and then the other one's like 100 on the other side. So I'll show you guys just in a minute, like what I'm working with, what type of, like, what I'm doing. Just showing you guys like a little bit of, just like clips of me playing on the G7HE, which I find to be better than the SE. Maybe it's just having a new controller. But pretty much it's I don't know, I just beam on it. I mean, obviously, you know, I don't know. It's a really good controller. It's supposed to be, you can overclock it on 1,000 hertz. You can overclock it on 1,000 hertz. I'm not sure if they give it to you already overclocked. I'm pretty sure that's not the case, but for some reason it does feel different. I don't know why it feels different, but it just does. It just feels super different, to be honest with you. All the buttons are very, very clicky, super clicky. I'm gonna show you guys a couple more clips here and there, but it's just really just me just using this controller. It just feels really good. Feels really good in the hands. Yeah, so it really feels good on the hands. The gameplay is just speaks for itself. It's just really easy to aim. One thing I do feel about the HE versus the SE, I do play on raw input mode on both. For some sort of reason, the raw input mode feels a lot more, it feels a little bit faster. It may be because my controller came from China when I ordered it. Some of you they might have them in the States now. I don't know if they already have them preset to like 250 hertz in the States or some shit. But for some reason, this controller just, I don't know, it just feels faster on raw input mode. Now I do have a little bit of input. I have some sort of like stick drift that goes to the left of the stick, like top left, yeah. And pretty much, I mean, I played with it. I played around with it. I can show you guys after this clip right here. Yeah, so it's just me just really jumping around and just beaming people on this controller. But I just wanted to show you guys the GameSir Nexus app that you guys can download on the Xbox once you get the actual controller itself, or you get either the SE or the HE. So this is how apps looks. One thing I will say, when I went down to the updates on the HE when I first got it today, The firmware was on 6.33. On the SE, it says 6.30. They're both up to date, but this one came with a higher update, I guess. I don't know. So that's something I just wanted to point out. I only set up like 2 profiles so far. I played Gears of War and I played just FPS games, which I can pretty much use for any game possible. So just to let you guys know, I have a couple questions too. If anybody in the comments wants to like answer them, if anybody has like I don't know, is anybody smarter than me with this? So yeah, I play on my initial 0 and I play 100 on max. I just keep it on 100, but I mean default is gonna be like always 10. Like they always want you to play 10. As you can see, like I have no stick drift when I'm on 10. But when I'm on 0, trying to get it to do what it's showing me. For some reason, it doesn't want to give me the stick drift now. But it's really just me like smoothly like moving it, like smoothly moving the joystick. But right now it's just playing perfect. It acts like it wants to be perfect now, but usually what it'll do is that dot will go over here and it'll pretty much be like negative 10% at the top. So I mean, if it's fixed, it's fixed. So I mean, I'm not ragging, I'm not sweating it. But yeah, I mean, people say that these controllers have no stick drift. For some sort of reason, I feel like these controllers will have some type of stick drift if you're going to do what my settings is, which is 0 at the initial. It's very, very snappy. It feels a lot better. It feels a lot more like what I'm actually doing on the screen, with a little bit of stick drift. But I play through stick drift. Like, see on my left stick, I actually have a negative 5.63% on stick drift. It goes up higher, like I'm moving it like gently, you know what I mean? But like, this is like my stick. If you're playing a shooter, like that's usually like what you strafe with. So I don't really have a problem with having like stick drift on my strafe stick, because I just want my left stick to be very, very like, I don't know, just very, very sensitive. So, but yeah, that's what I usually play. I play raw input mode on both. I tried playing without raw input mode, and for some reason, it's just not good. I don't know. When you play on raw input mode for so long, and then you go back to playing what every other controller is, that's pretty much what you're doing when you're turning off raw input mode. You're pretty much playing what every other controller is. Obviously, this controller is going to be better at doing it, but you're just giving yourself just a dead zone. So it just tells you raw mode disables the outer radial dead zone. So every other controller, like I know my Xbox Series S controller has a radial dead zone. Elite 2 has a radial dead zone. All these controllers have radial dead zones. So this is the only controller on the market that pretty much disables the radial dead zone that's very cost effective. So triggers, usually I do hair triggers. If it's a game that I'm gonna be shooting with my triggers, I usually turn on hair triggers. If I'm not gonna be using my triggers, like Call of Duty, I play flipped, so I shoot with my bumpers. Aim that sight and shoot with my bumpers. I really don't need my triggers being super sensitive. I don't want to throw like a nade or a stun on accident during gunfights. I used to do that. I used to have hair triggers on, and that was very annoying, so I don't do it anymore. Vibration, I turn them all off. No point for me having vibration. I wish there was a way you could actually like take them out, but I mean, I'm pretty sure you can if you have a screwdriver or whatever. But as far as that goes, I am having one little problem with this controller when I'm trying to calibrate it. It's gonna do that. Here we go. So when I hit my trigger 3 times, as you can see, it doesn't work. It works in game, but as you can see, everything else works. I don't know if it's just my controller, but everything else works. It's just the right trigger. So every time I can't really calibrate it all the way. So, that's just how that goes. But for the most part, I mean, there's clear differences. I mean, this controller has just normal buttons, D-pad, normal D-pad, just feels all, just everything is just different. These buttons pretty much very clicky. From my experience, the what's it called? The buttons on the back really don't, just because they don't have a lock on the back, I'm gonna be honest, like, it's kind of annoying that they don't have a lock on the back, but at the same time, like, I don't accidentally click them at all, like, ever. And if I do, they don't do anything because they're set to L4 and R4. So even if you do accidentally click them, it's not gonna do nothing. So unless you have them set to A and B and then you're just accidentally clicking them. Because I play claw, so I shoot with my middle finger and I have my index finger on top of the controller, hitting like X, Y, and B and A. So I really don't use the two back buttons because I already play claw. So I mean, really not much of a, I mean, you know, just I can't lock the back buttons. As you can see, there's no lock on them. You know, so I mean, that's the only thing that I don't like. I mean, at one point, I think that my mic wasn't working when I first got this controller today. It wasn't working, so, but over time, I guess my mic started working. So, that's what led me to think that this controller came already, like, probably like 500 hertz or something. I don't know, but it just feels faster than the SE. All in all, just, you know, pretty much everything just felt faster today. Playing on this controller, like everything felt faster today. I'll play like one last clip of me playing with the HE. This is just gameplay of me playing with the HE. It's just, everything just felt super fast. So it's just super sensitive. Everything was just felt really good. Just very snappy. I tried playing with my initials being up to the point where I don't have stick stick drift. I don't like it. And in those numbers is my initial will be 9 on my right stick, and on my left stick it will be 8. And I just don't like it, man. I mean, it just feels very like it feels very laggy. Like it doesn't feel as snappy as I want it to be. It just feels like, I mean, your aim is obviously my aim is always going to be like good, but it just doesn't feel snappy enough. And I feel like if you're gonna play on this controller, I feel like even if you do have stick like, you see what I'm saying, it says 6 and stuff. Like even if you are gonna have stick drift on raw input mode, like it's definitely worth it because it's like super responsive. It's the most responsive controller on Xbox in general. So I really don't see a point of like playing any other, like, I don't know, playing with any other controller on Xbox other than this controller right here. HE is better than the SE for sure. I looked at the fact that the other guys have reviews. They actually have like the Iron Man one. I don't see the point of buying the Iron Man one, I'm gonna be honest. It looks good, but I don't see the point. They all do the same thing. I mean, I don't see myself looking at my controller a lot. I'm not a controller enthusiast, but at the same time, it's like, I'm gonna be playing with the controller a lot. I don't really look down at it, so I just get the basic colors, and then that's really about it. They just do the same thing. They want like an extra $10 just for like them doing the Iron Man design when they both do the same thing. I mean, it comes with a bag or whatever, but yeah. Also, they give you a month of Game Pass Ultimate. So if you guys want to get a brand new controller and a month of Game Pass Ultimate, just buy a new GameSir HE. I mean, they not paying me to do this shit, but I mean, like, it's a good controller. I mean, you get a month of Game Pass Ultimate and you get a brand new controller, which is pretty elite, to be honest with you. I've seen a lot of guys in other comments and other videos talk about pretty much it's a waste of time, shit like that. But be honest with you, it's not that much of a waste of the time. I mean, the best way how you gonna aim on console without a whole bunch of like bullshit, like having to plug in a whole lot of bullshit, is pretty much the fact. You know what I'm saying? This is the best controller to plug in to your console without a whole lot of bullshit. I mean, yes, it's wired, but wired is better than wireless. Wired will always be better than wireless. I mean, I know that's old school, but I mean, wired is always better than wireless. They give you a braided cable. It's super big. I keep mine bundled up I roll it up and bundle up. That way it's, you know, wire management. It's just completely better. I mean, wireless has like a, you're never gonna see the input delay, but it's just less input delay, and it just feels better playing wired, to be honest. So I mean, for a wired controller, I always like playing wired. Even when I played on the original Xbox Series X controller and the Elite Series 2 controller, I played wired. I played wired on almost everything. So I've seen some concerns from people. Let me know how you guys feel in the comments about the controller. If you guys have any questions, I can respond to them in the comments. And I'm just playing some clips here just to keep you guys looking at stuff. These clips are probably from me playing with the GameSir G7 SE before I even got the HE. So, you know, SE is always good. I mean, if you don't want to pay the extra, what, $10 for an HE, you can always get yourself an SE. SE is always great. SE is always great. I mean, it's a very good controller. You can take the faceplate off, everything like that. You know, they're practically the same controller, just the HE is better, simply. In my opinion. In my opinion, HE is just completely better. So, thank you guys for watching the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, whatever. I really don't care. I'm gonna be honest. But I mean, I can make some more reviews or whatever. Let me know if you guys like it. If not, whatever. Appreciate you guys. Peace.